Well, with the release of Canon's new cameras, we've got the R5 Mark II, we've got the Canon R1, and we've got the Canon C400. And all these cameras have come out. And I'm a big fan of the R3. I've had the R3 for quite a while. This is the second one. I'm filming on one. I've got an anamorphic Blazer Remus lens on, and this is my other body here. Now, a lot of people are saying, what's the difference between the R1 and the R3? Is it worth the extra money? Because it's not just a little bit more, it's quite a lot more to jump into the R1. And I was kind of eyeing it off a bit because it has the same batteries and I can share it. And if it had some advantages for me, I was looking at maybe jumping into one because I would like some increased dynamic range. But it doesn't look like for video it's giving anything significantly better. So that asks the question, should you really buy the R1 unless you're after some very specific features that it has that the R3 hasn't got? If you're more like a general shooter and you just want something with good battery life, you want something that's easy to use, got a lot of buttons on the body so you can map them and change things, and you obviously like the bigger body, you like the longer battery life, you like the ease of use of switching between video and stills on the R3, it's just the like one switch button, boom, you're done. Then you really have to ask yourself, is it really worth investing in the R1? Now, I haven't got the R1 here. I haven't put any hands on it. I haven't seen it. I haven't had it in my hand. All I've gone by is the reviews. And I was actually hoping that out of the new cameras, the R5 Mark II and the R1, we were going to see some better features for video. We're going to see all of the tools that you get, the waveforms and everything like that. And they kind of have given that, but apparently, as far as I can tell, you can't have the waveform up with your assist view up. You can only have one or the other, which is a bit of a pain. I mean, you probably could still shoot just using your waveform because you don't really need to see the colors. That's how I normally shoot. But it is a little bit disappointing when you're buying the ultimate Canon camera. You would like to see everything's in the box. And this is my biggest critique of the R1. And I do think that you could say to yourself, hey, look, it's not significantly heavily spec'd out more than the R3, but they could have thrown everything in the toolbox, like the full sensor if you're using anamorphic lenses, all the anamorphic lens features, all of the video features, all can be used as on a cinema camera, and all of the still features. So it's like the ultimate camera. It's the ultimate camera that can do both. It's a video camera, a really good video camera, and it's a very good stills camera. And that's what I would have liked to have seen because it's not cheap. And I don't think that if you had a product like that, it would take away from the cinema line because it's a camera that's built differently. It's a camera that's built as a do-it-all. And that's what they should have done. They should have put everything in the toolbox being the ultimate camera. And that's what's disappointed me. If it had features in it that it hadn't got in the R3 for video, then I probably would have considered it. But it doesn't look like there's anything on the video side that I can see that's really worth going for. Now, they're saying the autofocus is better, right? And maybe it is, and you can track people, and they've got the basketball, and you can select the different sports. But generally, I haven't found a problem relying on the R3's autofocus for video anyway. I just whack it on my gimbal, and basically I just let the automatic focus work. And it's not like as if I've gone, oh, look, this is not really giving me the look or the focus or the it's not doing anything I'm not expecting it to do. It's doing exactly what. There is some occasions, sometimes, but it's very, very rare. 99% of the time you can rely on the R3. The autofocus is magic. I mean, okay, yeah, it's the R1 may be better, and maybe better especially in the still side. And if that's important to you, then maybe you want to consider it. But as far as video, if something is meeting your tasks, then having some extra features maybe not really a added bonus because, yeah, it's nice to have, but it's not really needed. And that's where I'm seeing the R1 for the video. It's a bit of a shame. I would have liked to have seen, as I said, everything put in the toolbox. If they did that, and even if it was the same as the R3, but they just put all of these extra tools in the toolbox, you could probably warrant it as worth spending the money on it. But as it is at the moment, it really, especially on the video side, it doesn't offer me anything extra. So that's my view on it, which is a little bit sad. We haven't seen any tests. We haven't seen any comparisons yet. And it's good to have a few more of the raw features, but it would have been nice if in the Canon cameras they could bring the C70 type RAW into, which is a much more compact RAW. That, I think, if they brought that into the hybrid cameras, then RAW, the Canon RAW would really take off. But when you're dealing with file sizes that are absolutely massive, I just choose not to do it, because it's just, the files are just too big. They're too, unless you got a very specific high-end task, the juice is not worth the squeeze. Not in my book anyway, because the images out of your normal 1080 and 4K are just great. Anyway, guys, that's where I'm going to leave it. If you have anything you want to add about the R1 or your opinions, or you've got the R3 and you've seen the R1 and you've seen that there's something in there that you really think the R1's better, leave them down below. Or if you're like me and for your application, you're not seeing anything extra, leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think about this new R1. Anyway, guys, that's where I'm going to leave it, and I will see you next vid.